I'm all sitting here thinking that Katie Joy can't get any worse. Oh, but she can. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, if you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. And today, we're going to be talking about the one and only, without a crystal ball, Miss Katie Joy, Miss KJ. Every time I say Katie Joy's name now, I think of Todd Chrisley saying Katie Joy in his accent.
Trash rag who claims to be a writer who tries to pay her power bill on clicks.
And you are nondescript. He cracks me up when he starts going off on her. It's hilarious. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Katie Joy and what she's been doing with the Gabby Petito case. Now, there are a lot of people covering this case, and I want to make it clear that not everybody is being exploitative, being nasty, being super grimy about this case, okay? Katie Joy is one of them. She has been just hitting new lows, going off the rails, and I'm going to show you today some of the stuff that she's been doing. She is making this all about her as usual. She's literally using every headline, every update, everything she possibly can to make that coin, that cash off of this case. She even went as far to say, as the police showed up to her house looking for Brian. I mean, she just doesn't stop, and she has hit a new low, in my opinion. Let's go through some of the stuff. I want to show you a few of the things she's been doing on the screen so you guys can get the full picture, you know. Here we have, without a crystal ball, replying, talking about a memorial compared to a funeral. A memorial is not the same as a funeral. A memorial is like an open house. An open house of somebody who passed away, where people can come to the funeral home to pay their last respects. Generally, a memorial will have photos, videos, flowers, etc. Some memorials will also have an open casket, where people can view their loved one and say goodbye. In Gabby's case, an open casket is unlikely. She was outside in the elements for almost a month. Hope this helps. I mean, talk about insensitive. Are you serious? Talk about insensitive. I mean, she has no shame. She literally has no shame. Let's move on. Hey guys, I had to change because I was hot. It's getting really warm now. It's not quite sweater weather yet. It's been like an hour since I first started filming this, so let's continue with Katie Joy. In my opinion, the whole point of this video is I feel like Katie Joy is being extremely insensitive. She's being grimy and greedy. She doesn't care about this family. She doesn't care about Gabby Petito. All she cares about is making this big sensational story on her channel, spreading false news, false narrative. She lied and said the cops showed up to her house to find Brian. Somebody swatted her. I mean, it's just so nasty. So nasty.
Well, a body is technically remains once the individual is deceased, and she was it was 3 to 4 weeks, so there's decomposition that happens. It's certainly not going to be an open casket. My guess is that she was probably going to be cremated.
Here's Katie Joy again on her channel talking about the body, saying it was decomposing. She's probably going to be cremated, and her face just looks like she's just hanging out with the girls eating a bag of chips. Like, hello? I mean, she is so like out of touch with reality, I feel like. Does she even have emotions? Like, is her only emotion making money? I don't know. This just really pissed me off. And I don't really talk about Katie Joy on my channel that much. Not because I don't think she's problematic, but because I don't think she cares. I think it's redundant, and I feel like if I make too many videos about every single thing she does, people kind of stop listening because it comes off as nitpicking. But this is a new low for her. I'm gonna link everything that I got from everywhere down below. Here we have Without a Crystal Ball. She's doing her video, shouting out her Instagram, telling people to subscribe, yada yada yada, only caring about herself. Almost 10 minutes in, she decides to offer her heartfelt sympathy for the family and can't even remember the mother's name. That is how much she does not care about this family. That's how much. She is grimy, she is slimy, she is trash.
First and foremost, I think we need to just extend our heartfelt condolences to the family members here. Joseph and her mom, I can't remember her mom's name right now, have been on social media relentlessly for the past, Brian and his parents refused to speak with them, and so they're forced on September 11th to file a missing police report. So, or missing persons report with the police. So when they filed the missing persons report, instead of helping authorities, Brian actually obtains a lawyer, and he refuses to cooperate, and he exercises his Fifth Amendment. Who has been sucked into the missing persons case of Gabby Patino? I don't generally cover missing persons cases, but I felt like this would just be an opportunity to share information that I have discovered on the internet and provide information for you guys to share if you have any tips and where you should call.
I'm sorry, but Katie Joy is straight garbage. Yeah, I said it.
So glad to have you here. And I am happy to be here tonight. I hope you guys had a good day.
You are as charismatic as the hair on a horse's ass, Uncle Fester. Try appreciating your viewers.
23rd. Did you know that yesterday I kept saying that it was September 21st? Like, why would I keep saying all day yesterday that it was September 21st? They were told yesterday about an indictment that came down, because the indictment actually was down yesterday and they announced the charges today. So,
are you sure you are not confusing the warrant with the press release? Or perhaps you have not read these documents before speeding onto the internet to give the scoop.
And then this afternoon, the indictment came down.
Which day do you mean?
The FBI out of Denver released this news statement, which says that on Wednesday, September 22nd of 2021, so they did this yesterday. This is why they knew about it ahead of time.
What on earth?
Authorization. He wasn't on the bank account. He isn't on the bank account. It's not named in his name. There'd be no other way to tie it to Gabby if it was anybody else. So that's
the arrest warrant real quick. It is a very basic arrest warrant. And again, the arrest warrant has the 18 USC 1029A1, use of unauthorized devices. And in this, it's a 1029A2. Again, that's not going to invalidate the arrest warrant. They might file for a updated or superseding an arrest warrant. The indictment is enough to arrest. So having the wrong charge on it's not going to be the end of the thing.
Anytime you use a bank card, it is interstate commerce. Correct. So anything that you do over a wire, over a interstate, that's the federal law. So this is a federal case. Okay.
Defendant Brian Christopher Laundrie knowingly and with intent to defraud used one or more unauthorized access devices, the device being the Capital One bank debit card with the last four, a personal identification number, so a PIN, for bank accounts, and then it gave the bank account numbers. And by such conduct, obtained things of value, generally money in this case, to $1,000 or more during that period, which affected interstate commerce. That's the jurisdictional part of this. And the Value aggregating 1,000 is probably the charging, and I didn't pull up the charging guidelines, but probably the charging guidelines for this to be a felony. It is in violation of 18 USC 1029A2 and section C1A1.
Okay. And they are doing it this way because it's going to end up being a fully federal case when it
What is
finally
that?
gets to the level of
What are you doing?
what it needs to be.
So that means that this is not a warrant, and I've seen confusion about this. This is not a warrant related to her passing or him being a suspect in her murder. This is a warrant for the use of a debit card. It's generally a holding charge, so it is going to be something that they can arrest him on, search him on, interview him on, bring him into custody on, keep him in custody on, seeing that he's been missing for over a week and a half. Put the ankle bracelet on him if he's released to track him. This gives them something to go on while they continue to investigate, which means they don't have to rush the investigation. They don't have to rush the autopsy and things like that. So.
But without this warrant, the FBI doesn't have any compelling reason to put out a wanted poster because he's not technically wanted for a crime if they don't have a warrant. And
here we go, Katie Joy spreading wrong information, doesn't even know what is called what because she doesn't care, she doesn't look into it. Like, this is just insane, you guys. And she's just making video after video after video. Now, the quantity of videos doesn't necessarily matter that much. Yes, if you're like a Joseph Morris and you've made 40 videos in a week. But when you're spreading lies and misinformation and you're being insensitive to the family and you just don't give a fuck about the family, that's where I have a problem. People can cover Gabby Petito. I don't have a problem with that. But when people like DCP, Joseph Morris, and, you know, channels like that who are clearly being disrespectful and just grimy, that's when it's wrong. If you want to be respectful and you want to cover and give updates and share with your audience, that is fine. I actually just recently watched Spiracy's channel because I hadn't actually seen her coverage on Gabby Petito, and I think she's actually doing a really good job. I will link her channel down below. I actually have another video coming about her and Radiant Brit. I'm gonna film after this video. That's gonna be interesting, but that one will probably be up first, so you probably already saw it. But yeah, I think she's actually doing a great job. Has she done a lot of videos? Yes, live streams, but she's not. Like, you can tell that she's not money hungry. You can tell that she's not being nasty about it. You know what I mean? So you can't necessarily go by how many videos that they've done. You have to actually watch the content and see if they actually care about the family, if they're being sensitive with this trauma. It's a very sensitive subject and we have to treat it with care. And Katie Joy's just sitting over here cashing in the money like, hey guys, here's my Instagram. Sorry to the family, I didn't even know the mom's name. It's fucking nasty, man. She's nasty. When we teach a girl how not to be abused, we assume that a victim can control what abuser chooses to do. We can teach our daughters to identify red flags, but a man will abuse if they want to abuse. We must teach our sons not to abuse. Period. Her tweets are just absolutely horrendous. Like, I can't stress this enough. Her Twitter is almost worse than her YouTube channel. It's almost worse than her YouTube channel. I'm gonna put some tweets up where you can see all the shit that she is doing. And this is just out of control. I'm so sick of Katie Joy, to be honest. Now, I know I made a video about the anti-KJ community. Do I think Katie Joy deserves CPS? No. Do I think she deserves harassment? No. But do I think she deserves commentary and being called out on her grimy shit? I do. I do, because she is one of the worst offenders right now besides Joseph Morris. She is cashing in on this family. I can't say it enough, and she's being absolutely vile. She's being vile, and she's just sitting on her camera just like nothing, so nonchalant, and her family dealing with this. They still haven't caught Brian, and she's just up here posting that she's gonna be cremated and being decomposed and talking about domestic violence like that on her Twitter, posting up the cases unsealed. Oh, thanks, Katie. Thank you so much for letting us know, because I'm sure you're right on it. You are right on that case. You are right on anything possible that you can post to make money and get followers. Unreal, you guys. Unreal. Then she has the nerve to say bogus tips on social media are slowing down the investigation. Girl, you have put so much false information out on the internet. I'm sorry if I'm getting heated. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Katie Joy has put so much false information out on the internet. She is one to talk about false tips. Katie, what are you doing, girl? Because this is not a good look for you. Not a good look. Here's Katie Joy live. Look at this title. Gabby Petito's remains identified. Here's the thing. Like, the people who are doing this right are bringing awareness, are bringing coverage. Katie Joy is not doing this right. She is so insensitive and she does not care about anybody or anything but herself. She even tried to make it about herself. Too, she disabled the likes/dislikes. Interesting. Missing persons poster that needs to be shared. Please drop them below. I'm posting missing persons flyers to my social media today to help other families in need of help. Well, thank you, Katie. Thank you so much for your charity work. Because everything is selfless when you're Katie Joy. You don't ever have another agenda. Just tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. The FBI doesn't release information about investigations because they don't want a suspect to be tipped off. Tipping off a suspect can call them to destroy evidence or flee. They want suspects to have no clue where they are or what they are doing. Hashtag Brian Laundrie. Well, thank you, Katie, for that little tidbit of information. Thank you so much. You're so helpful, girl. Now Miss Katie Joy thinks she's an expert on everything having to do with the case. The fact that the FBI is needing DNA and evidence to aid canines in their search for Brian seems to imply they are searching somewhere that hasn't been publicized. This is a good strategy. Don't spook Brian. Make him feel comfortable so he doesn't flee. I mean, it's just never ending, you guys. Never ending. I am over it. I am over Without a Crystal Ball. I don't even want to see her coverage on Gabby Petito. I don't want to watch her channel. I just feel like she's being absolutely gross about this whole situation. Please let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you want me to make any more videos about what she's up to when it concerns this case, because I gladly will do that if I need to. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.